what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Friday night show. It's about depression and anxiety. Tonight's topic is going to be substance abuse and drinking. Well, it all leads into something. There's a lot of people out there that needs a little bit of help, and you know what? We're out here to help them. We're out here to make the awareness of what is going on in the world, what is going on in our mind. So the moderators that's in the chat, you know what to do with the trolls. We do get a lot of trolls in here. I'll use your own judgment on it. If you think they're a troll, if you think they're serious, if they're serious, let them stay. If they're being jerks and just basic trolls, do not hesitate to kick them out. Do not time them out, just kick them right out. I want to say thank you very much to my existing members, Stalkers, Mud Mowers, Sherelle, Mr. Briggs, Newly Bites, The Perkins Life of 4, Twister V Twin Garage, Diane Shop, Katrina's Culture World, Mower Outlaw, Christopher C, Val8049, Mike's World, Timothy, Hashtag That Time of Hand, Polar Bear Ed, Froggy Want Knitting, Mudmower 83, Relic Grower, Tampa Boy Custom, Sty North, aka my mom and dad, which is Michael Tellings in the chat. Drizzly Bait Gaming, Jeff Schools, Go Cuts Are Gone Fishing, Rosanna, BS Small Edges, Mud Farmer, Iron Dog 63, Rolling Through Life, Harold Fisher, Mud Mower Farms, Grandpa's Adventures, Bocce Bullies, Mud Digger 732, Dirtfoot Racing, Jenny, Ruckbeck, Corchette, Lorna Jones, and Thomas Andrews. I want to say thank you very much, Timothy. Thank you very much for updating your status there. All right, so you guys all know the link. The link is there. We want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat. We got Katrina's, we got Dawn, Susan, Timothy, Diane, Fritz Smith, of course, one and only, Nightbot, Patch of Heaven's Farm, Patchy Bubbles, Diane, Katrina's, Newly Bites. Let's see who else is in here. I'm just going up the list. It looks like you guys were talking for a little bit. The stalkers there. So the chat is there. It's an open conversation. We're going to talk about depression and anxiety. I will also be talking about my depression and anxiety and what actually brought it up. If you guys been all following my YouTube page and my social media, it's kind of personal, but you know what? I'm not the only one out there in this world that has an issue. What I do have is somebody to introduce to the channel. She is playing with her toys. She'll come over here eventually and I'll introduce her. Let's see, we have Twister V Twin Garage and Polar Bear Ed. Welcome, gentlemen.
Here eventually, and I'll introduce her. Let's see, we have Twister V Twin Garage and Polar Bear Ed. Welcome, gentlemen. Here eventually.
Got somebody with feedback.
Let's see, we have Twister V Twin Garage and Polar Bear Ed. Welcome, gentlemen. Here eventually.
That's better.
Whoa. Sorry, I just got here. Just walked in the door.
That's
flying
okay.
to the computer.
That's good. All right, so I might as well open a conversation. The topic that I would like to talk about is somebody being drunk. There are two different ways that people could be able to consume alcohol. A nice way, where they could have a good time, enjoying it, and not harming anybody. Then there's another way where they could consume alcohol and be mentally abusive or physical abusive. Let's welcome Tampa Boy Customs.
Fellas.
So, in my situation, my last relationship I was in, yes, she did consume alcohol. Was she physical abusive? No, she was mental abusive. people are saying, well, how come a woman could be mental abusive? It's usually the guys. Well, can't justify that because it could be the women and it could be the guys. I did try to receive help for just not for herself, for myself as well. Tampa Boy Customs, that is awesome. Nice burnout.
That's my next video coming.
And with this drinking issue, it brought up a lot of, like, I can't say fighting, but hate because the way how I was being treated. And it also brought up a lot of anxiety because coming home from work, you don't know what this person is going to be like when you do come home. You don't know if this particular person is going to be a good day or it's been a bad day and she's already had 8 or 9 nips, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. But when they start drinking, they start drinking. And with the mental abuse that was being brought up to me, it brought up a lot of bad memories from my past. And I just couldn't deal with it. I could not. It was unsafe for me to be here. It was unsafe for her. It was unhealthy for both of us. That's the reason why I made a decision to be single and live my life the way I am now, by myself. I am much happier. The downfall, yes, I'll admit it, I'm a lonely. But I think I solved that problem. That problem I solved, I got... Come here. Come on.
Oh boy.
I got Miss Puggy. Miss Puggy is playing with the toys. She don't want to come and see me right away. But I will introduce her to her soon. Mud Digger, how you doing? Alright, so we're gonna... I talked a little bit. I'm gonna give the panel to Twisted, then Polar Bear, then Mud Digger, and Tampa. And whoever else comes up. You guys all want to say hi and see what's going on.
Hey everybody, how's everything going today? I'll tell you, today I had a fight like no other. And it was a lady out of Canada. And I about got whooped.
It was war.
It was war.
Oh, I seen some of that actually. For a minute, I was there.
I hope you had a good time. But then you got the misses the stuff on me. They cost me even more money. You guys got me today.
Mm.
So fill us
Dang
in.
pocketbook
Is it-
today.
Was it a video that you did?
No. It was a live stream.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Katrina, you need to laugh. You cost me a lot. But it was worth it. Them $50 super chats were getting pretty steep.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yep.
Oh yeah, Grandpa.
I was in there. How you doing, Grandpa?
Doing all right.
All right.
Grandpa?
Hey,
Good war. Yeah, Katrina, you're right. It was a good time. You know what? It went to a good cause. She's a very, very, very nice lady. Very respectful.
Exactly. We'll all talk about Froggy.
hey, Katrina.
Grandpa,
I had a good time with the
Damn,
I was there for a minute. I stopped in. I had to get in on the fun.
I was there
Oh
too
yeah, he
long.
got in. He did.
Oh
I
yeah,
was there too long.
I was there too long.
Too many dollars spent.
It was fun though.
All in good fun.
Yeah.
How's Polar Bear Ed?
I'm going next door.
All right.
So we did a lot of flipping and flopping with that turbo today and mocking stuff up, and we're gonna do a little different way now. We're not gonna do a draw through. I'm gonna do a blow through. That way, for a couple reasons. For fuel not going through the turbo, and I think it'll just be better. I think that's where everybody's had their flaws is doing a draw through because they can't get the fuel mixture right. Because they're sucking it through that turbo.
You may have to have some different jetting.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got a jet kit coming it's got 20 different jets in it.
Pull that main jet and take them torch tip cleaners and open them up a little bit each time, and then keep trying
Yeah.
until you get. I wouldn't go as far as doing a carb switch out or rebuilding. I would monkey with that jet first, but you got that backup coming in case you get it too far.
Right. It's gonna be fun.
How's Polar Bear?
I'm better now. I'm not coughing my head off. I can talk. Good day, good week. Just I got to work a little bit in the morning, then work on Mark's truck. Then after that, and we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good weekend.
Awesome.
So,
how's Grandpa doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm over here fiddling around with Mud Digger.
Hi. Mud Digger, how you doing?
Been better.
Been better?
More
That's good.
More cartoon.
Go on, Bubba. Go see your mama.
more cartoons. I agree. More cartoons.
Right.
Go on, bud. Go on. Go see your mama. You guys think you butt. You need to get changed.
Yep.
Yeah, then we'll get changed. Okay?
So I did receive an email from a gentleman. I don't know his YouTube name, but I do know his email address.
Go on.
I
Go get butt
emailed him
changed.
back
Say, mama, I need
regarding
changed.
tonight's schedule. And this gentleman here, he also has a drinking issue. And he seen my last video. He was very interested in where he would be able to come up in the panel. So that's the reason why one of the topics of the conversation is alcoholism. So it's not just about depression and anxiety on the Friday night videos. It's going to be talking about just about any type of addiction. I like to see if we could be able to get some people out there to maybe help them out, because I think everybody's out there with a little bit of depression, anxiety, and what comes with it. It's a tough situation right now for everybody. Being locked down, don't matter what country you're from, there's always restrictions somewhere with the government.
Well, I think we need to do an intervention with Adam on his mini bike obsession.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You need to help him before he blows that fucking turbo up.
Hey, my bike is now faster than Jit's. You'll see in the next video. That thing is on a rocket, man. I'm telling you. I know I flew by the camera at least once doing 50. So it is moving. I can't wait to go racing Sunday.
So Timothy hashtag the time of hand. He says drinking and drugs lead to some of the deepest depressions, which is correct.
The one above it has anxiety.
Right. And
I'm in denial.
Name, but it's 83.
IWIC. IWK.
Now, I can't really justify on this particular person's issue, but I think most of it had to do with not being able to see certain family member, and this family member is in a nursing home. And the depression that she had was bringing it to maybe one nip, calm her nerves down, and led into another one. Then it led into another one. And with the anger she had to take it out on somebody, and it just happened to be me. Do I blame her? No, I don't blame her. I blame the alcohol. Now, I've tried several times to be able to try to get the help for her. And it was the point where she didn't think she needed the help.
That's what
I guess you need to.
That's
Go
what I
ahead.
was about to say. They gotta want help first before anybody can help them.
Well, I think they realized that they needed help after the fact of, I was not fucking around, and it was unsafe for both of us to be in the same house.
Exactly.
Well, that led into the depression of what I have as well. And like I said, it did bring up some memories of my past that I really don't want to get involved with at the moment. But eventually, in time, I will say just about everything that's going on in my life. I think more and more I talk about it, people will say, well, why are you putting this stuff over the internet? Why are you putting it all over the world? Well, you know what? I have just about everybody around me, including the people that's watching this broadcast, including the whole entire world, that's probably in the same friggin' shoes I'm in, if not very damn close to it. I don't see why I have to hide it and go one-on-one with the counselor. I feel this is the best way for me to socialize and get it out by being able to talk to whoever wants to listen on it online. Same time, I'm hoping I'm able to help other people to realize don't hide your issue. Talk about it. Talk with somebody else. It doesn't mean that you have to come up on a panel or you have to type in a chat. You could be able to talk to your next door neighbor. Talk to somebody that don't even know you. Just talk about it.
One of the best things about what you're doing, Lucky, with having this depression panel is not only are you making people be more comfortable with themselves, with their issues, and talking about it with the general public and just general strangers, but it's a way of opening up different avenues of dealing with grief and trauma. Just because one person dealing with something one specific way doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for the next person. So oh my God, dude, that thing is adorable.
Everybody meet Miss Punk.
Miss
Punky.
I'm going to call her Punky.
Yep, that's Miss Punky. She is my comfort baby, I should say. She's the one that puts a smile on my face.
My Luna girl wants to say hi to everybody too.
Luna.
Grandma, is that your Luna on the couch there?
Yep.
Say hi, Luna. Say hi to the Luna.
Look
Say
at this
Luna, say
punk
hi.
show coming off Grandpa's screen right now. That is classic. Cheat it down, brother. Cheat it down. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Hell yeah. There you go. Roll me one.
Shit, I'm about to burn me one in another minute.
Uh-huh.
Diane, those are the people that probably can't even do what you do, and they are jealous. That's the reason why they said something like that.
Dude, crocheting was terrible. This person crocheted. Oh, that's a horrible thing to tell somebody when they're trying to do something.
Yeah, but a lot of people have to understand when you put on this YouTube panel, or you're doing something, you're going to have jealous people. They're going to slander you. They're going to talk a bunch of
Oh
junk,
yeah.
and you don't pay no mind to it. There's a thing called a block that you can put on those people, and you don't see them no more.
Right.
You
Well,
control your destiny on you.
I got this saying. The saying is, fuck the haters. Don't listen to them. Just go on with your life. I know there's people probably watching this live stream right now that don't fucking like what I'm saying.
No, you
But you
don't
know
do
what?
that. You don't do that. You don't
It is what it
copycat.
is.
Go on. Go on with your little self. They just tried to give the camera the finger. No, it's my fault. I did it in front of him. It's my fault. That is one thing right there. My kids and my wife bring me out of my depression, out of my hole sometimes. My wife has been my light, man, in the darkness for the last 8 years. And when she found me, I was a basket of pieces, man. I was a broken person. I was a broken man. I was clean out of the loony bin right outside of Boston for maybe a week, 2 weeks before we started dating. I went through hell the first half of our first 4 years of our relationship. I went through therapy, one-on-one therapy and group therapy for 4 years straight to try to get some of my issues and shit taken care of. But, you know, it's all experiences.
Well, I want to add something to what Peter Kane is saying.
Go on.
He's
Go see my
as
mom.
you guys read.
Well, I'll give you a bath in a little bit, okay?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put you on mute for a little bit there. Peter Kane put it up over here. It says, "I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but you're beating yourself up on something that wasn't your fault." See, I have the understanding it's not my fault. I understand that. I understand it clearly. I can't blame myself for somebody else's doing. But I could blame myself for not trying even harder to be able to retrieve that help that she needed. But again, just like Twister V Twin said, you can't give somebody help if they don't want to get the help. So therefore, again, the reason why I'm kind of beat myself up for it is because as much as she did wrong to me and said wrong to me over the years, deep in heart that I still love her, but I have that understanding now. I can't go back to that. Don't matter what outcome is where if she did receive that help, because there's always going to be what if that day. It happens all over. Kitty just jumped off the desk. What if it ever comes to that point she happens to stop drinking again? I'm going to be in the same situation again. So, I don't think it's best for myself to even consider trying to, I don't know how I should put it word for word, even think of trying to get back with somebody that you love. Because it's not worth it. It's not going to be healthy for me. It's not going to be healthy for her.
Nope. And you know, there's a lot of people out there. If they live in denial and they don't reach out to somebody, as everybody knows, my son was just in the hospital, and they had to do a lot of work on his hip and everything from being in Afghanistan. And like I told the wife, it was a million times I wish I could have traded places with him. So we went through all that. Wednesday night, we took off and got up there, spent all day Thursday and everything, and then we got a big surprise from the United States Army. They presented me and my wife both with these. for the military. I got one. My wife got one, and it was a very cool thing. But he's doing real good. He had a lot of bone work done and everything, and had to have the ball and everything replaced on his hip and the socket. And he's doing real good now. And it was just a crazy thing.
And how's he doing now? Is he?
He's doing real good now. So just a lot of pain and swelling and black and blue and everything from the surgery and all. He was in surgery for 2.5 hours to put it back together, and it was crazy.
Wow, I'm glad he's getting better, man. It's hard to go through.
Yeah, but he's going right back at it though.
Yeah.
As soon as he healed up, he stayed full-time military and going right back. He's an adrenaline junkie.
Wow. Yeah. I can't say I blame him because I'm the same, gotta have that adrenaline.
I'm just trying to keep up with the chat too. So it doesn't seem like I don't want to say I'm ignoring what's going on in the panel, but I'm also trying to keep up with the chat because I realized the past 2 streams on a Friday night, I missed so much that was going on in the chat, and I didn't bring it up to be able to discuss about it. So,
Well, do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Mark, thank him for his service when you see him again.
Oh yeah.
yes, please. Here's one for you, Digger.
Ever in with you, some life is better. Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
Pot's not for everybody. Sometimes you can't use it, whether it be because of job or health concerns or whatnot. There's other ways to get your attention out and to get that kind of release of negative emotions and negative feelings, other than something negative. Other than through drugs or alcohol or self-harm. You could be an adrenaline junkie, like Tampa. Like Tampa over there. That fool's an adrenaline junkie. I've seen some of the stuff he does. But, there's just so many different ways you can go about dealing with it, other than just smoking pot. I mean, yeah, it helps, but sometimes it doesn't help. I've been kind of low for, the last 2 weeks now. And smoking pot doesn't help it all the time, but sometimes it'll be just enough to take the edge off.
It eases it, and with a lot of people like myself, it's a lot better alternative than 5 or 6 different medications that they want to give you.
That I do agree with.
Right.
Because I was on a bunch of medication in the beginning, and it completely turned me into a different person night and day. When you're taking
Way to
13,
go, Katrina.
Thank you,
when you're
Katrina.
Thank you very much.
When you're taking 13, 14 different medications a day, it does a lot to you, both psychologically and physically. That kind of medication, that amount of medication, it does nothing but harm your body. So I do agree. The all natural method, the all natural route, opposed to taking pills, yes, 120 million %.
Hey, Lucky, is 7 o'clock going to be your new start time for Friday night now?
Friday night, yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna change mine to 8 then, because I had set mine up for 7:30, but I'll change it for 8.
What was I going to
I want
do?
to jump on.
Well, a lot of people that have the depression and all that kind of thing. The main thing to get out to them is you can take the first drink, you can take the second and the third, but guess what? When you come down off of that problem's still there. You have to address it and get on past it
Right.
because it's not going to go away on its own. You have to fix it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that's what Twister just said. Yes, you do have to fix it. And a lot of people will turn to counseling. They'll do that one-to-one. They will do that group session. But I've been there. I've done that. Do I think that helped me? Yes, it helped me. It put me in the position where I am today. It passed, I would like to say, 6 years. I'd like to say 6 years, maybe less, a little bit more. It put me in a position where I could realize every day is not going to be a perfect day. I'm going to have my ups and downs. And I also realized that when I live by myself and I have no companion there, that's when I get back into my depression. So when that person left, yeah, I was hurting. I started feeling down. Then I decided to get the kitty cat, and that just turned me completely around. So that is one of the problems that I have, is being alone. I recognize that issue. And when you're depressed, you have to recognize your issues. Now, same thing with drinking. If you're drinking, why are you drinking? Are you drinking just to have fun? If you're having fun drinking, then make it fun. Don't make it where you're abusive or being aggressive with somebody. Have fun with it. Laugh, joke. But don't be mentally abusive to somebody. Because it's just not hurting you, it's hurting them. It's hurting their family. It's hurting their friends. It's hurting everybody, just not yourself.
See, I agree with the animal thing, Lucky. One of my biggest things my therapist told me to do was get a therapy dog, was get an emotional support animal. So I went and got my dog, Diesel, my little Chihuahua. And that's not the little white one, that's Luna right there. But Diesel I've had close to 6 years, 5 years, something like that. Hold on, I'll be back.
All right. I'm running a link if anybody would like to come up on a panel. You do not have to have your camera on if you choose not to. You come up on a panel, you could also change your name before you come up on a panel. This way you could not be known. We might recognize the voice, but if anybody wants to come up on a panel, there's the link. Feel free. You do have to be logged on to your YouTube channel to join the panel.
But I know what you're saying, Lucky, about being alone and stuff. I've been chilling solo for 4 years now, brother. So, and I had a cat, but she was old and passed away, and so
Yeah.
I'm just not ready for another animal right now.
Well, that's what I was saying. I like to say 2 weeks ago. If Grandpa, correct me if I'm wrong. I said the same thing. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get a cat or not. You know, I was happy. I was fine. I think it's because I was keeping myself occupied by straightening and cleaning up the house. But then when that got done, it was like, okay, what now? You know, you're sitting in the couch watching TV by yourself. You know, no one would bring that enjoyment to you. So it helped me. Sometimes. Go ahead.
I'm not really a cat person. I mean, I like them, but they're just not for me. The only reason I had the one I did is because my ex left it here, and I didn't want to give it away to somebody else, because it was an old cat, and I didn't want to give like medical issues and stuff to somebody else. But
Right.
I've been kicking around the idea of getting a dog. I just can't justify getting a dog if I'm gone 12, 14 hours a day.
Right.
Can you take it to work?
No.
No.
Nope. I checked that, and they said absolutely not.
See,
They said it's too much of a liability.
I was out of work when I got Luna, and the first day I got her, I went over to the local store and come back, and she had pissed a 4-foot large ring in the middle of my bed.
Wow.
So I wasn't very happy with that, but I had her that night, and the next day I called the person I got it from and said, I'm keeping her. You ain't getting her back. And that was one of the best choices I made in my life, because Luna's my best friend,
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
my dog I had when me and my ex got together, she used to piss in my bed when me and my ex got together. She didn't like it.
Trying to tell you something,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
I'll
thought
tell
too.
you what, if I come across the person that Luna don't like, I ain't even gonna say hello to him,
Well, the funny thing is my dog never slept in bed with me, never got up on my bed. But as soon as my ex started dating, she would always be in my bed, try to get in my bed, get in between us on the bed. If we'd go away and leave her at home, she'd piss on my bed.
That's why cats are a good choice, because they're fine with being alone. And that's what I found out
Oh yeah,
about Luna.
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with one cat, but I don't like taking care of cats.
That's what I found out about Luna. The reason she pissed in the middle of my bed is because I left her alone, and the place she came from, that's what happened to her all the time.
But yeah, animals are great for depression. I've got 1 dog, 4 cats, 1 snake, and 2 fish tanks.
You're a nice little petting zoo.
Oh yeah, and that's nothing compared to what I used to have. I used to have all kinds of stuff. Hell, before we moved down here from up north, I had 8 fish tanks, 6 reptile tanks, but only a dog and a cat. I don't know. I just feel like with animals, I'm a little bit more at peace with animals than I am with people sometimes. I don't know. I guess animals are a lot easier to read. If an animal's going to bite you in any way, they're just going to do it outright. They're not going to sit there and wag your tail and be friendly and then bite you like a person would.
I'll just stick with my horses.
Well, dude, even horses, man. Horses are cool. I grew up around horses.
My horse,
Mine are
unfortunately,
a little
just passed away.
My horses are in a little box.
My
I
horse
feed
just
'em methanol.
died a couple days ago. Yeah, my horse is gone bye-bye.
That's not good.
Yeah, I didn't like her anyways.
However you choose to deal with depression or anxiety or pain, as long as it's not affecting your life in a negative way, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's how you act or what you do when you're trying to get out of that depression or anxiety.
Right. Now, this
Yeah,
was
so-
also
I
brought
don't
up
know.
with. Go ahead. Ed.
I would say a couple of years ago, I had a lot of peer pressure to make my horses alcoholics.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
The 151 type, huh? The real high test.
That was a
Where did
good
it come from?
I don't know there, Mark. Was he referring to you?
I'm not an alcoholic. My tractor has a drinking problem, but I don't.
I say somebody peer pressured me into making my horses alcoholics.
That's because you had the wrong carburetor on it. It had to be alcohol.
But I guess it didn't take too much arm twisting, though.
So that was brought up.
They're funner when they're drunk.
They do some stupid things.
That was brought up to attention. I explained to that certain person, I said, I don't mind you drinking. It's the fact how she reacted on the drinking.
Exactly.
If anybody does drink, I'm not against it. I'm just against how you hurt somebody else. And you don't comprehend how much you're hurting that other person. And that's what puts sad because, just not the relationship that I was in. There's other relationships as well. Husbands, wives, family members, brothers, aunts, uncles, nieces. Those are the people that you're going to hurt.
I gotta get a fire extinguisher. He's on fire down there.
I am. I'm on fire. You don't know how many times I heard that, Lucky. Oh, well, you smoke every day. And I said, yeah, but it doesn't make me an asshole when I do.
That's right.
Right.
Well, alcohol affects people all different ways. I mean, some can handle it, and they're casual, happy drinker. Then there's some that just get really belligerent, mean.
Yep.
You know,
I know people that, drink a 12-pack or more a day. And they got up every morning and went to work and went home at night and were good to their family,
Right.
I gotta run, guys. I'm out of here. I gotta eat dinner and
see
then
you
set up
later.
my stream. Thanks for having me, Lucky.
All right.
See you guys.
Yep.
Later, Adam.
See you, bud.
Hey, look at the black holes here.
Hey, my ex isn't on the panel.
Yeah.
I'm
No, like one of the ways that I used to deal with my depression when I was younger, like 15, 16, 17 years old, was I was into cutting and burning. And for the longest time, I would do it. And then when I got old enough to get professionally tattooed, I started getting tattoo work done in replacement for the cutting and the branding and burning. So I essentially traded one pain for another to try to do it in a more acceptable, normal way instead of taking a knife on my arm fucking a dozen times or burning myself with a fucking a branding iron or something.
Right.
Well, on Katrina's comment, Katrina, there are men out there that are really not men that want to stand up to their obligation and do their part. They're still growing. They haven't got the mental mindset that they were ready to settle down. And you see a lot of that. And I'm a man, and a lot of them would get mad for me saying it, but right here it is, 31 years. And you got to be able to step up, be the supporter, and do what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You got to
If
take
you're,
control.
if you're not if you're not happy in the relationship you're in, get the hell out of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's one of the points that I brought up to that particular person. I was asking several times. I actually thought it was me, but I realized after it wasn't me. I thought I was doing something wrong, but then
Yeah. Been there, done
it
that
wasn't
too.
me. You know, I've been offered, for myself and her to go counseling at the same time. But then I stopped to realize it's not me.
Nope.
Well, hell, I'm to the point now where I'm actually going to start going back to counseling myself, because there was a particular person in my past that has caused a lot of the issues that I went through, a lot of the abuse that I went through, was released from prison about 2 weeks ago, and has been trying to make contact with me through my wife. So it's kind of stirring some old shit up with me. So I'm taking the steps to go see a therapist. So that way I don't end up back in a situation mentally where I was in the past.
Would
Hey,
their
right,
name
strapping.
would their name happen to be Big Bubba?
No, it's the person I'm named after.
Well, Katrina, on that note right there, I'm going to tell you flat out, I am a real asshole, but I only get to be that asshole when somebody trims on me, my wife, or my kids. Now they got their hands full. But there is women out there as well that is just as bad as the men. They're not ready to settle down. They don't have the mindset that they want to settle down. And my wife is sitting right here next to me. I've never had to lay a finger on my wife or anything else 31 years. And I wouldn't trade her in for anything. And it's just been, and my first wife passed away. Sandy's been married. I'm her third marriage.
No, you're my
Second marriage. And we get along just fine.
Oh, my.
You're looking for a beating, ain't you?
Yeah, right.
I was
Hey,
stupid.
you know what?
I actually married my first husband.
She can beat the hell out of me all she wants, and I'll stand there and smile at her. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would hurt you.
Fear's a good motivator, Mark.
Huh?
Fear's a good motivator.
Yeah. But you know, the worst of it was the first 20 years I was never around except for on the weekends. I was on the road all week long, and I never had to worry about anything. When I come home, my home was still there. My wife was still there.
Yep.
And I would
Got
go.
yourself a good woman.
I would go for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time before I come back. She'd call me and ask me when I was coming back around.
Yep.
And we've been together all these times, but we enjoy each other. We have a lot in common. I like tractor pulling. She likes tractor pulling, hunting, fishing, whatever. We go out and we do it together. But that's the type of people you have to have stuff in common to make it work for the man, the woman, whatever the scenario would be. You have to have stuff in common, not opposite.
In Mud Digger, the best advice I could give you, man, is when you're feeling down, hug your wife and your kids and tell them you love them, man.
I do, bro. I do.
Because that's what it's all about. You know, you can go see a therapist, and you know they're gonna tell you things, and some things you can take and do a good thing with it. Other things, you know, they're not inside your head.
Exactly.
I know.
And
I
that
always
is-
think a relationship is always a two-way street.
Exactly. But
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm choosing to go back to therapy, is because I'm taking it out a little bit on my wife more than I normally. I'm more of a dick because of what's going on recently than I normally am. And I don't want to do that. She is everything to me.
And you're the guy
And
that has to change that. And that's what I was about to say. Because whenever you're in a relationship, it always ends up tearing the relationship apart because you're at each other's throats for the
Yep.
wrong reason.
Exactly. I give you credit there, Mud Digger, because you actually recognize you have an issue that interferes with your homestead life. There's many people out there, like I was just in the relationship, and it interfered with the homestead and with our relationship. And she didn't recognize it. She didn't recognize it until after the fact she was out of the house.
well,
So
see, that's the
it's
thing
kind of
is
late.
you have to acknowledge it and recognize the fact that you have issues that are impacting more than just yourself. When
Yep.
they are literally starting to impact everybody in your close knit little tight circle, the ones that you love and care about the most, and it's impacting them on a negative, whole negative circle, then it's not good. You need to do something about it. And I don't
Right.
want to lose my wife. I don't want to lose my kids. I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose the last 8 years that I've built myself back up from the gutter, from a hole.
Yep.
And I've been 8 years clean and sober. I've been 8 years. I don't really drink it very much because of my Crohn's, so I don't really drink anymore, anyways. I haven't been to therapy in 4 years. I haven't been on medication in 6 years, or no, 4 years on the medication. Because I stopped it. I didn't like the medication or what it was doing to me. I didn't like the zombie that it turned me into. It was every morning I was waking up and saying nasty, vile shit to my wife because it wasn't me. It was one of the other personality issues that I have. But the medication, I was so heavily doped up and medicated that that doorway between those personalities was easily gone through. So I stopped it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way she was being hurt. I didn't like. I've got a conscience. I've got a soul, just like everybody else. If you care about a person, you don't want to see that person hurt. You don't want to see that person in pain. I don't want to see my family in pain. So I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I get my issues squared and taken care of. They're not going to go away. See, that's what a lot of people who, in the beginning of trying to take their issues on, don't understand. They have too high expectations in the very beginning because they want it to be done and taken care of and forgotten about. The biggest thing you have to realize, especially dealing with a very traumatic past and huge trauma, is that may never go away. That memory, you may never, ever, ever be able to get rid of those memories. Doesn't matter how
Never
much
will.
drugs you take, how much alcohol you drink, nothing. So you have to learn how to live your life day by day with those memories and those thoughts and try to live a normal life or as much as possible and find your ways of dealing with it, whether it be smoking pot, whether animals, building mowers, building go-karts, music, art, whatever it may be. Find your outlet. Find your niche on what brings you the ultimate happiness that you can have, and take it and run.
But
That's my best advice.
the main thing is you got it figured out. And number one thing is you have to love yourself and respect yourself to be able to give to others to do
Yep.
that.
Because if you can't love yourself, how are you going to love another person?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hello, Nicole.
But listen, I need to go, guys, because I got 5% on my phone. I stayed as long as I could. I literally got goosebumps from this one, man. This is a good one.
Mud Digger, you stay safe, man, and stay cool, okay?
I'll be back up. You know that. You can't keep me down, man. That's one thing. You can never keep me down.
And hug
Well,
that family.
thank you very much for coming up, and we will see you next Friday during the next one.
Awesome. Yes, sir. You guys have a good one. I will be popping up a new video in the next couple of days on plans on my mud mower. So I got some big plans for it. But y'all have a
Right,
good
brother.
one.
We'll talk to you later. Be safe.
Wrights family, I'm a veteran. You hit me up on my email on my channel. You can talk to me anytime you want, man.
That's it. As long as you can talk about it, you can solve it.
I got a big problem that I can't bring myself to come out with it yet.
What's your big problem, Jeff?
I don't know. I just can't come out and say it yet.
Well,
Still working on it.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing with me, Jeff. It's going to take me a long time before I come out and say my issue, but it's being here is going to build up that courage to be able to do that. And it's going to be either shocking or people ain't going to fucking care. But it's something that it is what it is. It's me. It's my life.
but Jeff,
So Jeff, we're both in the same situation. I'm sure there's tons of people out there, and this is the reason why we want to do this. We want to be able to come up on a panel and discuss about issues because everybody's out there. That we all have issues. We all have problems.
Jeff, you got a pen and paper handy?
Yep.
I'm gonna give you my phone number right here on this live stream. I don't care who gets the number, who calls me. You need to talk to me. Give me a call.
All right.
And this is my cell phone number. It's 330-205-7498. You need help? You need to talk to anybody? Give me a call. I'm open to anybody. I can talk to anybody. I've been through a lot. I've been disabled. I've made it back. I've had fatality accidents that I had to get counseling for. I've been through a whole lot. All the military junk. And, you know, if you need to talk, don't hesitate to call me. I'll talk to anybody about any of this.
I could do that.
Yep, you give me a call and it'll be confidential and it'll be private, and whatever you tell me, it'll stay with me until you want to open up and talk to people. But you have to talk and get it out.
Yeah, you can't hold it
Can't
in.
hold it in because it's
Exactly.
just going to eat you alive.
You learned that lesson.
I learned that lesson. I went through counseling. I had a lady, my neighbor down the road. I just left the farm, going to Chicago, hit me head on. 2 fatalities. I was the only one that walked away from the accident. Took me a long time through counseling to get through it and find out why. I mean, it helps. Get it out, talk about it, so you can move on with your life. Don't let it hold you back, because it will get you in trouble in the long run.
We're all here for you, Jeff. We're all here.
I think my biggest part of this come around last November or December. Because from what I understand there, between when I first went in and when I finally come around in January or right around Christmas, they said the one hospital was giving me the paddles twice a day to keep going
Right.
for like a week.
Right.
Wow.
And
Don't let it eat you up, Jeff. You need to talk to somebody. Call. I don't care what time of day, night, whatever. Call me.
well, I think from all that, I'm not sure, but I think it messed me up there because it's like it's hard for me to actually do things sometimes, like write or anything. I actually got to sit there and write something 2 or 3 times before I can make it readable.
Right. Right. But you got to try. You can't give up. You have to keep moving forward, and it'll happen. As simple as that. It's not going to happen overnight, but you're going to have to work on it.
Most definitely.
Well, we're all here for you, Jeff. I really would like to stay longer and stay live to be able to help more people out there, and I don't want to feel like I'm cutting Jeff off.
No, you ain't.
But we do have the 800 number up there. You do have Twister's number, and there's, if you go in the descriptions, you got my emails, all the places you could get a hold of me. Feel free to contact somebody. There's one person I really have to give a huge shout out because he put up a YouTube video and it still brings like, not, I can't say joy, but like it brings that feeling to your body, like you just want to burst out crying because you know exactly where he's coming from because you're there. And I really haven't heard from him in a while, so maybe he could watch his video or somebody could get the word out. Junkyard Garage, we're all out there thinking of you. You enlightened a lot with me with that one video. Hope you're doing good, brother.
I think the word you're looking for, Lucky, is you found relief in it. Where it touched you, that relief.
Exactly.
I've actually been in contact with Junkyard, and he's doing good. He's working through some stuff. He is coming back. That's his plan. So he just needs to get some personal stuff straightened around. So.
Yep.
You know,
right.
one thing I wanted to say before you go, anybody out there that's their depression is coming from how they're being treated at home, if they're being verbally abused or if they're being physically abused. One sad fact I learned a long time ago, people are going to do what you let them do.
Exactly. And if they know it's eating you up, they're going to continue to do it.
As long as you allow it, it's going to happen forever. Get the hell away from it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Has to stop somewhere, and that's what I think I solved one of the issues. Now that I got that hump done and over with,
Yep.
I'm on another adventure of my life, and one day at a time, and discussing about it, one Friday at a time.
Yep. But you know what, Lucky? You realized it, you fixed it, you're moving on. And that'll change in due time.
All right, so we have Tampa Boys Live is on. Somebody just came up in a panel. Let me find out who that is. I don't want to cut anybody off if they'd like to say something. Mr. Briggs, I'll wait 5 minutes. If you have something to add, feel free.
And Jeff, you can hit me up on my email anytime too, man. I'll talk with you. I don't want to put my number out there because unlike Mark, people hate me on YouTube.
What's up, gentlemen?
Yeah, I know that.
Right.
I could do that. I got the other guy's number too. Up in the corner there.
Yo.
Well, Mr. Briggs looks like he cut it out. So I'm going to end this live. I appreciate everybody out there. Stay tuned for next Friday. Depression and anxiety. We'll jump back into it. I know it's only an hour long, but usually that's the way counseling meetings are. An hour long, group meetings, an hour long. But we're all here. Everybody has contact numbers. Get a hold of each other if you need to. Till then, we'll talk to you everybody later. Lucky7 Mud Mowers, YouTube.com.
See you.